Okay, so today session is all about your networking related to your Internet of Things. So what is networking? Which kind of system we require to make your IoT network or your IoT system that comes under your networking portion, right? Which type of component you require? It can depend on your function of working, or it can depend on your services, right? Function means which type of sensor you required in your system, or which type of actuator you required in your system. Or for the service based, which type of service you are providing your customer, or you need to have in your IoT system. Okay, so based on this, we are starting our networking portion of your Internet of Things course. So first slide, like we have already know, networking is what? It consists of so many components which is required to make your IoT system. So first one is your devices, device you need. Second one is your local network you need. Third one is your internet, and fourth one is your backend services, and fifth one is your applications. Devices you know already, sensors and actuator will come under this. Local network, like your LAN, which type of network you required, LAN, WAN, or MAN. Okay, and internet, which type of connectivity you are providing in your IoT system. Backend services, or how you processed your data, which type of service you want, whether you want to record your data or not. This type of services related to your data analysis, or something additional services comes under your backend services. Application, which kind of software you required to implement your system, that comes under your application. Okay, so these are the components which is act as a node actually, which you required to make your IoT system. Okay, next one, you know already about it, how your device will get connected with your user interface. First device give some data to your network to processed. This network will connect your data coming from devices to your data processing. Some analytic work will processed in your data processing, and after their processing they will forward that particular data to your user interface to show on your screen. So this is, it shows how your data will flow from your device to your user interface. Okay, this is your functional components of IoT. As we have already discussed, if there is some IoT network, in that network you will require a functional component and your service based component. So this is your functional based component. Which kind of functions? Interaction and communication within your IoT devices. It includes communication between your node to node, machine to machine, node to machine, and device to machine, any device to your machine. So this is basically deals with your interaction between your device to device, machine to machine, node to node, and your vice versa. Second one is your processing analysis. What comes under this? Your data analysis process, your analytic process will come under your processing and analysis of the operation. Internet interaction, whether your system required internet or not, which type of internet your system is required, that comes under your internet interaction. Web services, which type of web services required to implement your application, that comes under your web application functional components. Application services and access IoT, like again it comes under your which type of application you are using to show your final data that comes under your application services or your access tool for your IoT or for your user interface. So these are some of your functional components of your IoT. Next one. This is one of the best example to show how your IoT work and how the data flow in your IoT. Let's take an example. Like we want to make a system in which we want uh, to switch on or switch off our bulb automatically, right? And it's having large network. We want to operate this system to on and off your bulb automatically in the large system. So it shows, this example shows for that example a particular flow of the particular node, how it will flow and which type of node it is required to actuator works. First one, gateway. Gateway will sense your data coming from your sensor. What gateway will do? Gateway will assign some address to your data, right? And now your data flow in the form of address, and this address, if your system required internet, then it will require proxy server also. We have already seen for what purpose we are using proxy server. We are using proxy server to for the security purpose. Okay, so first your data in the form of address, it will go to proxy server, and then it will come to internet, and again it will face your web socket node, and then again it will come here at your cloud server, and then some analytic function will happen to your data, and then actuator your bulb will on. So this is the one of the example of your how you will implement your IoT and which type of nodes it can be used. Next is your IoT interdependencies. So what is it basically? You know already about your sensor, your actuator, but so many things is there between the sensor and actuators, right? What type of things is there? There will be some application layer, there will be some operating system, there will be some power management, right? Power management to manage your power, like when there is some sleeping node, your power should be off. When there is some active node, your power should be off. So this type of management system is there, and that comes under your power management. Then what? There is a real-time kernel. You should have some operating system. There will be some application from which you can from from which your data can be flow. Radios. What comes under the radios? You are having different types of connection to connect your device. So that comes under your radios. In the radios, you will have Bluetooth, Ethernet, Zigbee, Wi-Fi. Now this virtual machine, which type of virtual machine you will use? Web, and under this web you will have HTTP client, MQTT client, and your COAP. What is this HTTP and MQTT? You are having your virtual node actually to connect your device to device. So basically virtual machines, these as HTTP and MQTT are nothing but this is your virtual node. So these are the layers which comes between your sensors and applications. Okay, and these layer comes under your embedded devices. These all the layer called as your embedded devices. Actually this all system exist in your sensors and actuators in the very small form, in the very miniaturized form. That's why it is called your embedded devices, which exist in your sensors and your actuators. Okay, next is your IoT service oriented architecture. As I have already told, there will be two types of your component. First one is your functional, and second one is your service based. So what we need to require in your service based oriented architecture? So basically it shows your IoT service oriented architecture. First layer is your sensing layer, second one is your network layer, third one is your service layer, fourth one is your interface layer. For sensing layer, again it will have sensors, it will detect your data. Network layer, again it will use to connect your sensor layer to your service layer. Which type of service we are having at the service layer? Like suppose there is some website, and on particular website we only want to show our good qualities and we want to suppress our bad qualities. So this type of service we will have at the service layer of that particular website, right? So it will have some business logic, it will have some service bus, it will have some service repository. Like business logic is what? This is your business logic. Like I want to hide my bad qualities and I want to show my good qualities on the website. So this is your business logic. Being a customer, I want to have this I want to have this qualities on the website. So this is my business logic with some particular website. So that service comes under your service layer. Now again there is interface layer. So what is it? Interface layer, that is your user interface from where you can see, from where you can see you can see the as a application, right? That is your user interface layer, it indicates. So how it will flow? First data will come here at your sensing layer, then network layer, and then service layer, and then your from the interface layer you can see your data. Next is your technical deviations. What is it? For the regular web stack, for the regular website, we are having these stack. Okay. For the IoT based, these type of stacks we are having. So you can see there is a difference between two stacks. It's having some additional services, and it's as compared to your web stack. So why we need to have the additional services in your IoT stack? Because we need to deal with so many nodes, and each and every nodes have the may have the different purpose. So we need to manage so many nodes and millions of nodes. So we need to have additional services for this IoT stack. So here for the TCP IoT model, you can see web application. Here we will have device management IoT application. For data format, we will have additional services here also. For application layer also, we will have additional services here also, like as compared to web stack. For transport layer also, we will have some additional one. As you can see, internet layer, also we are having some advanced form of internet, and network layer also we are having some advanced form of network layer, or some additional service we need to have to create your IoT stack. So these are some technical deviations from your regular web. Okay, at last I would like to summarize all the points. Networking. What is networking? We want to make some IoT network, or to IoT network, we need to have different components. So we have seen which kind of different components we need to have to make our IoT system. After that, we have seen the architecture and some example also how your data will flow in the internet. And at last we have seen the service layer architecture, and your mm, and your uh, service layer architecture. And at the end we have seen it's it's a deviation from the original web stack. Okay, So these are some points we have seen today related to networking.